NK Telco Sports welcomes you to our coverage of high school basketball, where the Jackson Center Tigers will take on the Minster Wildcats. Tonight's game is brought to you by the following sponsors: First National Bank, Keyhole Pizza, Precision Strip, Winners Meats, Grand Lake Health Systems, Borcher's Family Floor Store, and NK Telco. I'm Dave Helmstetter, and with me tonight, Dave Kanapke. Minster and Jackson Center, couple of non-league opponents, but it should be an interesting matchup. Jackson Center led by McKinley Reichert, a very strong player both inside and out. Couple of good support players like Presley Reese and Addie Biederman make Jackson Center a threat, but the depth, especially with the injury to one of their key subs, Kendall Reese, is a little bit left to be desired.
Yeah, they're not very deep at all. They only got about 6 deep, and Kendall Reese goes all the benches. She's hurt, so we'll see what Coach Tiffany Brown's able to do. But, yeah, McKinley Reichert's a great player. She can play all 5 positions, where she can play underneath, she can dribble it up. Other starters are very good, but they'll be tested by a up-tempo Minster squad.
And when you look at the Wildcats, they're 4-3. They're looking for their first win on their home floor.
Yeah, but it's like, wow, they didn't win one at home. Well, they lost to Ottoville, who's always very good. They lost to Marion, who's always good, and they lost to Fort Laramie. Against Marion last Thursday, they had a disappointing game. They lost by 12 and did not look good at all. They really came back strong against Fort Laramie. They were up probably 2/3 of that game. They had a lead against probably one of the best teams in the state in Fort Laramie. Couldn't quite finish it up, but Coach Wiss is encouraged by that effort. They have a very balanced team. They have 4 players between Addie Inskeep, Lily Barhorse, Sadie Niemeyer, and Anna Large are all average between 6.5 and 8.5. You never know who's going to be the high scorer. A lot of them are among the league leaders in the MAC. Good defensive team. Should be a good ball game here tonight.
And you look at the Wildcats, they average 42.8 points per game on defense. They allow 38.2 points, but yet when you look at the MAC stats, they've got a couple players that really are leading the league.
Yeah, they have Addie Inskeep leads the MAC in field goal percentage. Sadie Niemeyer is 13 of 14 on free throws, so that's over 90%. And Anna Larger, a great defender, leads everybody in the MAC with steals. And there's a very good all-around team.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we'll have our national anthem. The crowd comes to their feet. You're watching high school basketball on NK Telco Sports.
The Hometown Opportunity Platform is exceptional.
It is focused, laser focused on the careers in our 4-county region.
100% of the time we go to Hometown Opportunity. We've had great success from a handful of applications when we need them, as well as a recent one where we had 67 applicants.
Honestly, it's a competitive advantage.
The Hometown experience has been everything I could have dreamed of and more.
And the introduction of our starting lineups and also for our officials here tonight. Officials tonight, Aaron Braun, TK Kerr, and Scott Steinbrunner. Introducing the starting lineups here in just a moment. The Wildcats, under head coach Mike Wiss, come in 4-3 and 1-1. Jackson Center, under head coach Tiffany Brown, come in at 5-2 and 2-2 overall. Number 4, the starters for the Jackson Center Tigers. Number 4, Grace Pranger, a 5'5 senior. Number 10, out front, Presley Reese, a 5'9 junior. And number 14, the Jackson Center Tigers leading scorer, McKinley Reichert, a 5'11 junior. Number 20, a senior at 6 foot, Addie Biederman. And another senior at 6'1", number 44, Macy Kloppenstein. So it's Pranger, Reese, Reichert, Biederman, and Kloppenstein for the Jackson Center Tigers. Now for the home team, the Minster Wildcats. Number 11, Addie Inskeep. Addie comes in number 3 in the conference and steals with 18. Number 1 in field goal shooting percentage at 55%. Number 12, Lydia Mesher, a 5'10 senior, 44% from the field, and number 7 in the MAC with 14 steals. Sadie Niemeyer, top free throw shooter in the MAC. And number 22, Anna Larger, a 5'8 senior, averaging 7.4 points per game. And Kayla Lamb, a 5'11 senior, averaging 2.3 points per game. So it's Inskeep, Mesher, Niemeyer, Larger, and Lamb for the Minster Wildcats. Let's move along to our keys to the game tonight, all brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. First for Jackson Center.
Jackson Center and Coach Tiffany Brown, they want to limit the turnovers. Minster always plays a pressing-type defense. They just limit the turnovers. They need to get into a rhythm offensively, and they need to also win the rebounding battle.
And for head coach Mike Wiss's Minster Wildcats,
they want to finally win a game at home after 4 attempts here. They want to play up-tempo. That's more their game, and also wear out a not-too-deep Jackson Center team. They need to hit some early shots to try to get that offensive flow going for the Wildcats.
Jackson Center will have the basketball first. Inskeep with the steal. Wildcats trying to work their way across midcourt. They do so. Ball comes back over to Mesher, and Lydia Mesher connects.
Lydia Mesher didn't score a lot off the bench last year. Has been the leading scorer this year with 8 points. She's had about 3-point games over 10 points.
Reichert in along the baseline. Shot no good. Gets her own rebound. Tosses it out to Reese. She'll tip it back in. Here come the Wildcats. Lamb to the baseline. Pushes it back out front with the shot. Mesher. Shot is short. Lydia's got a grin on her face after that one, Dave.
Yeah, she hit the first one really well, but that time she's a little bit too short, so she can shake that off.
One of those nights when you think you're feeling it, and then just boom.
Anna Large with a steal. She is a great defender for Minster.
Niemeyer shot no good. Rebound. Comes down to Biederman. A foul on the backside. That'll be Kayla Lamb with the personal. Our first foul of tonight's contest on that First National Bank Think First scoreboard. It's 2-0. Minster with the early lead. 6 minutes and 56 seconds to go. Kloppenstein out front. She has the basketball. Pranger to her left. Reese gets it now as Reichert directing traffic from the free throw line. She'll come out and get the basketball from Reese. Back over to Biederman. Biederman will go into the lane. Jump shot by the lefty, no good. It'll go out of bounds, and Jackson Center will maintain possession.
Usually the offense will go through Reichert. Biederman. Reese is a nice ball handler. Klopfenstein as well.
Pass goes inside to Biederman. Reichert to pick up the loose ball, or rather Klopfenstein, excuse me. Klopfenstein off the glass, and we're tied at 2-2.
A little bit of a break. Klopfenstein was at the right spot at the right time. There's a steal by Reese.
Reese brings it across the timeline. Top of the free throw into the lane. Shot blocked. There's going to be a whistle and a stop in play. That'll go against Anna Larger, number 22, and that's going to put Kendall Reese, or rather Presley Reese, at the free throw line. Kendall Reese is the one that is injured. She was on crutches in pregame, so usually the first player off the Jackson Center bench.
Yeah, Presley Reese averages about 9 points. Honorable mention the Shelby County League last year, hits the second of 2.
Jackson Center with the early lead at 3-2. Back out front it goes to Inskeep, over to the corner. Mesher. Wildcats looking for the good shot, trying to be patient against solid Jackson Center defense. Into the lane. Niemeyer. She'll push it back out to Lamb. Lamb almost loses it, regains control. Inskeep inside. Mesher's pass across the lane, taken away. Pranger will handle it. Moves across the timeline.
Nice half-court defense. Larger back with a steal.
Larger, easy bucket, and a Larger. Steal number 27 on the season. Got a foul on the inbounds play.
That's unfortunate. Sorry, Dave. It's unfortunate. Jackson Center, Grace Pranger had a nice steal, and then she was stolen right back there by Larger for the basket. In the backcourt, there's a foul on Lydia Mesher.
They go long, pass off Biederman's fingertips, picked up by Inskeep. Here come the Wildcats. Open as Niemeyer puts it on the floor. Nice feed inside basket to Addie Inskeep.
That was a nice entry pass, a nice cutting Inskeep. Wildcats up by 3.
Minster maintaining that full court man-to-man pressure. Biederman will have it. Looks to Reichert. Reichert will lose it. Taken away by Hemmelgarn. Here come the Wildcats on the break. Off the glass, Kayla Lamb with the easy bucket.
Nice job by Sadie Niemeyer. They had a 3-on-1. They had nice spacing, nice bounce pass. Timeout on the floor.
30-second timeout. Timeout's brought to you by Precision Strip. Jackson Center has to regroup. Minster 8, Jackson Center 3. Like to remind you that tonight's game also brought to you by these sponsors. Carriage Works, Chiltech LLC, Cy Schwiedemann, Dickman Supply, Elmwood Assisted Care, Hometown Opportunity, Hillsman Automotive, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric, Minster Bank, New Knoxville Supply, SecureCom, Bud's Chrysler Dodge Jeep, Crown Equipment, Shelby County Veteran Services, St. Henry Bank, and WCSM Radio. So it's coming down. You can already see how this is shaken out. Minster's pressure and the ability for Jackson Center to handle it.
Yeah, one of the keys for Coach Tiffany Brown was limit turnovers, and Minster's got a lot of quick guards. They'll have brought in another quick guard off the bench, number 4, Annie Hemmelgarn. They will press a lot of the game, so you can't turn it over if you're Jackson Center.
They get it inbounds to Biederman. Biederman will bring it across the timeline. Almost across the timeline. Short jumper by Reichert, no good. Jackson Center bench wanted a foul, but the Tigers will go into their offense. Reese back out to Biederman. Biederman wants to go inside. Fade away from 15. Pops in and out. Rebound is loose. Comes down to number 15, Niemeyer. Niemeyer with the move. Shot doesn't go, and Biederman double-teamed, has the rebound. Here comes Reese. Up to Kloppenstein. Goes inside, puts it up and in. Macy Kloppenstein.
Good transition basket, and there's a steal by Biederman.
Here comes Biederman. 15-footer. Shot is short. Kloppenstein goes for the rebound. She'll knock it off of Kayla Lamb as Lydia Mesher comes back into the lineup, and Niemeyer will catch a breather. Aubriana Webker also into the lineup for the Wildcats. Webker averages 4.3 points per game.
So the inbound, it's tied up, or turnover will give it to Minster. So
Larger will bring it up court. Mesher back to Larger. Larger going inside, easy layup, and Anna Larger will score.
Nice job working off the screen. Large with a quick first step puts the lead at 5.
Great quickness. Wildcats using that to their advantage. Jackson Center a little sloppy that time, just a bad pass. Up court it comes. Out front, Larger for 3, no good. Scrap for the rebound. Hemmelgarn has it, puts back out, and the Wildcats will score. Bucket goes to Anna Larger.
Well, that was a nice hustle play by number 4 there. Annie Hemmelgarn ended up, the end result was Larger to get the easy layup, but Hemmelgarn with our hustle made an easy basket for a teammate.
D. Lichtenberg off the Jackson center bench. Biederman will catch the breather at 2:45. There's the easy pass to Reichert, who puts it off the glass.
Reichert, her first 2 points. Jackson needs to get the ball to her more often. They need her to score.
Hemmelgarn with the basketball out front. Lichtenberg on her. Back to the corner in Inskeep. They'll go back out front. The larger trying to move the basketball down inside. They'll push it back out. With it is larger. Wepker with it into the lane. Jumper off target. Rebound comes down to Prenger. Up court Reichert over to Biederman. And they're Hemmelgarn with the steal, but it's going to go out of bounds and off teammate Anna Larger.
Yeah, Hemmelgarn had it. Her feet went up in the air, but there was no traveling there. That's a call that has changed through the years a lot.
Biederman will get her breather now as Kloppenstein, who went out originally, comes back into the game. Lichtenberg will toss it in for the Tigers. Reese looking at Hemmelgarn, goes to the left side. Lichtenberg will have it in the wing, goes inside. Kloppenstein, 15-footer, no good. Reichert with a rebound. Manages to get it back out to Reese, who works inside the lane. Fake, nice defense there by Hemmelgarn, and the Wildcats are moving it up court quickly. Inskeep goes inside, back out front. The three by Niemeyer. Sadie Niemeyer.
Niemeyer did a nice job of setting her feet and hitting the three, but really set that up. Annie Hemmelgarn had great defense on the other side, ended up blocking the shot. Got the fast break going, and a big basket, and there's another turnover, this time a double dribble on Reese.
Turnovers mounting for Jackson Center here in the first quarter. 1:03 to go in that First National Bank Think First scoreboard. And the Wildcats can push this into a double-digit lead here with a made field goal. Lamb out front. Back over to Niemeyer. Niemeyer looking inside. There it goes to Stammen. Stammen will handle it. Back out front. It goes. Lamb will handle it to the right side. Looks inside, wants to go to the baseline. Will pull it right back out. Reichert on her. Cross court. Shot to Hemmelgarn. Goes inside. Mesher unable to handle it, but the ball comes back out. Inside, Mesher in trouble, but she'll dish it off. Move inside, shot off the glass by Stammen, no good. Gets her own rebound. Lamb with a jumper, no good. Rebound to Mesher. Mesher pulls it out to Hemmelgarn. Open for three. Sadie Niemeyer. And it's an 11-point lead. Seconds counting down in the quarter. Reichert at the buzzer, but Sadie Niemeyer, a couple of threes in the final minute or so has lifted the Wildcats into an 11-point lead. Or score, Minster 18, Jackson Center 7. You're watching high school basketball on NK Telco Sports.
CarriageWorks has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. CarriageWorks thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. CarriageWorks now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. CarriageWorks has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for CarriageWorks. We are certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
Minster with an 11-point lead, 18-7. Just curious, how many threes did they hit? They had at least three.
They hit two. Niemeyer hit two of three.
Oh, the one was inside the arc.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
so
yeah.
Niemeyer's at the end were the two threes in the quarter.
Yeah, that last three everybody remembers the Niemeyer 3, but that was a lot of – it wasn't the prettiest possession, but they had like 3 chances. There were some really scrappy plays to keep the ball alive, to keep fighting. Some offensive rebounds on the third chance. Niemeyer rewards the Wildcats with a 3 going into the quarter break.
There goes Reichert inside off of Biederman's pass. That's exactly what the Tigers need to do. Reichert, an excellent player. Wildcats with it. They'll go inside off the glass. Addie Inskeep with the bucket.
Some great ball movement on that offense tonight for the Wildcats.
I think the Wildcats like the pace, too. Inside it goes to Reese. Double teamed there. Inskeep with the good defensive play. And Reese will probably get the call for the reach.
Yeah, Wildcats want to push the tempo for years. It's always been up-tempo or Nanstech Schulte and Coach Wist. They have the horses for that, and they bring in another quick guard and freshman Callie Schmiesen play 3 quarters on JV. She puts in another quick defender for the Wildcats.
Lamb with the basketball. Back over to Schmiesen. Gets it over to the left side and Inskeep. They'll go inside. Trying to make the move is Inskeep. Ball will go out of bounds, and Wildcats will retain it. Toss it into Lamb. Back over to Inskeep. They'll go down low to Stammen. Back out to Schmiesing. Shot no good. Rebound. There's a steal by Stammen. It's going to be a jump ball. Ball out front. She just grabs it, and that creates the jump ball.
9 turnovers caused by this Minster defense. They've just been all swarming, just beating Jackson Center to the ball and tipping it away. Also, some of the stats. In the first quarter, Minster had 14 shots taken compared to just 8 shots. And generally, the more shots you take, the more you'll score.
Outside 3, shot no good by Schmiesing, but Wildcats Inskeep gets the rebound. Out front, Mesher thinks about it. Watches Lamb cut. She goes inside and scores. Minster just dominating.
Yes, they were really working their offense. Mesher found an opening, just beat her defender to the basket. Mesher with 4.
Biederman over to Kloppenstein. Out front, Biederman. And they're pushing Jackson Center out away from the basket so far here as Pringer handles it. Reichert breaks to the hoop. Inside the lane goes Reese. Schmiesing has a hand on it. Here comes Mesher. Niemeyer is going to be fouled. It's only the second foul of this entire half.
You mentioned it, the defense. Jackson Center, normally they want that ball to Reichert, and they have that. The Minster defense has their offense pushed out so far. They can't get it to Reichert, and when she is, she's double-teamed, and there's very good defense being played by the Wildcats.
They're pushing them way out. And also, when they do that, that creates a little faster tempo of play, and that's exactly what Minster wants to play, and Jackson Center, let's go just a little bit slower. Inside it goes to Reichert. Reichert, turnaround. She'll draw the foul as Lydia Mesher guilty of the personal.
Mesher tried to stop there. We got a little bit on the arm. That's the second foul on Lydia Mesher as Reichert will shoot 2.
Reichert, nice form, connects. Jackson Center trails by 12 at 22-10. Reichert with half of her team's points. Make it 6 now for the junior. Callie Schmiesing will come back into the lineup, and Macy Kloppenstein will come in, and Reese will go out.
Coach Brown's trying to get, she's only has 6 players to play tonight. She's trying to get all of them a little bit of break as they can. Probably some of them, like Reichert and Biederman, will probably play the whole time.
Out front it goes to Schmiesing. Schmiesing will handle it. Lamb's pass goes inside to Inskeep. She wanted a foul, but Kloppenstein gets the rebound. Biederman. Pulls it out behind the arc. Now she goes inside, and she'll draw the foul.
That's Addie Biederman's game when she can slash and drive. She hasn't been able to do that. A couple shots she's had have been pretty off balance, but she's got a chance here to shoot 2 foul shots.
More subs coming in for Minster. Sadie Niemeyer will come back in.
She'll come in for Anna Larger, just picked up her second foul. So Mesher and Larger, 2 of the starters for the Wildcats with 2 fouls. With 5 minutes to go in the half, we may not see them the rest of the way.
Biederman with the free throw. She'll connect. Schmiesing handling the basketball. Niemeyer pulls up on the dribble. They'll work it around to the corner, and Schmiesing back over to Hemmelgarn. Hemmelgarn with it out front. Right side it goes to Niemeyer. Ball in the wing. Lamb comes out, back out to Niemeyer.
Minster having some trouble. 2 of their weapons on the bench here. They really have a 3-guard attack. Inskeep really the only one playing underneath.
Defense collapses on Inskeep, goes back out to Schmiesing. She's going to work on the baseline. They get it back out front. Lamb. Niemeyer, and the pass intended for Schmiesing will go out of bounds at the Jackson Center bench. Wildcats with a turnover.
Yeah, nice defense. Jackson Center won the battle there. They played good half-court defense for a long time and eventually just played it long enough and let Minster make the mistake.
Pranger with the basketball. Gets it to Reichert. Reichert's going to lob into Biederman. Got a little bit too low at the edge of the backboard. Here come the Wildcats trying to capitalize. Inside, Schmiesing, shot no good. Kloppenstein with a rebound. Pranger up to Reese. Reese looks inside, goes across to Reichert, takes the 15-footer and connects. Slowly, Jackson Center getting back into the flow of this one with a couple of starters out for Minster.
Yeah, this is their opportunity. As they have another opportunity after the miss by Hemmelgarn.
Kloppenstein inside, shot doesn't fall. Got a rebound, I think, on the backside. It's going to go against Pranger for Jackson Center. Lichtenberg will come in for the Tigers, and Abriana Webker will come in for Minster. Also in is Ava Stahman.
Now there's a little taller lineup here. They had 3 guards in before. As you put in Ava Stahman, 5'11". More a 2-post and 2 wing players to go with Niemeyer running the point.
Lamb with it. Back out front it goes. Inskeep will handle it. Working against Pranger. Or rather Niemeyer, excuse me. Outside shot. There it is. Webker with the 3.
Webker has a big 3 after they hadn't really scored in about 2-3 minutes.
Biederman tried that extra pass to Reichert. Here comes Inskeep. Back out to Niemeyer from the corner for 3. There it is, Annie Hemmelgarn.
They have a contest here that they give tickets called Raining Threes, and they give away threes every time, or a raffle ticket every time they hit the threes, and it's Raining Threes here at Minster.
Inside pass to Kloppenstein. She'll draw the foul.
Boy, Minster's offense seemed like Jackson Center was making their run. The offense wasn't going, and you hit back-to-back 3. That's just huge, and we'll have another precision strip timeout.
2:25 to go. We'll take a break in the action. Our score, Minster 28, Jackson Center 15. You're watching high school basketball on NK Telco Sports. Reese will inbound it after the timeout. 13-point lead for Minster. Pringer in trouble. Guarded by Niemeyer. Ball is going to come away to Inskeep. Here comes Niemeyer. Top of the key. Inskeep with it now. Back over to Webker, who just hit the big three. Out front it goes to Hemmelgarn. Reese going for the steal. And it's going to be out of bounds off of Jackson Center. Reese right at the timeline at midcourt. Stammen will inbound it. Niemeyer, top of the key. Inskeep trying to set the screen. Comes back out to Inskeep. Inside it goes. Tipped away by Lichtenberg. Reese leads Lichtenberg. She'll win for the layup. And she'll score with 1:32 to go. First half action here on NK Telco Sports. Thanks for joining us. Minster with an 11-point lead. Stammen gets it inside to Inskeep. It'll be a whistle and a foul. I'd like to thank our Live View sponsor tonight, Borcher's Family Floor Store. If you're watching this one live, thanks for joining us. 1:18 to go. 28-17 our score. Wildcats. Hemmelgarn's shot goes long. Biederman will bring it up court. And she'll lose it out of bounds.
Tried to push the tempo just a little bit out of control the whole way. And seems like all the momentum Jackson Center had there just went away with those 2 threes that Minster hit back-to-back.
Webker out front to Stammen. Three-point shot, no good by Webker. Comes back out in the lane to Niemeyer. Off the glass, no good. Reichert will grab the rebound. Got an injured Minster player. Biederman for three. Shot no good. Reichert has a hand on it, but it's going to come down to Inskeep. Now it's on the floor. Lichtenberg just dishes it off to Reichert. Now we have the timeout for the injury. The play finally stops as Sadie Niemeyer will go to the Minster bench.
Hopefully she's being looked at by the trainer. That was a good hustle by Lichtenberg. She's had a couple nice, really hustle plays that she's able to make Reichert a basket.
28-19, 9-point lead for Minster. Stammen, there's the pass inside, taken away, and here come the Tigers rather, as Biederman will pull it out. Turnaround jumper Reichert, no good. Foul on the backside, that'll go against McKinley Reichert.
That foul there, Dave, was the definition of a frustration foul. Reichert wasn't happy, a little bit of a fadeaway shot and missed it. Tried to get the rebound, had the foul. Only her first, though.
Here comes Hemmelgarn. She'll bring it up court, going to the right side. Inskeep at the buzzer. Off target. And we are finished with one half of basketball here on NK Telco Sports. Minster 28, Jackson Center 19. You're watching high school basketball on NK Telco Sports.
At First National Bank, we are working hard to make your life a little easier. With products like Card Valet, an app allowing you to control your cards with real-time notifications, transaction restrictions, and spending limits. The ability to access your money through 55,000 all-point ATMs across the country, surcharge-free. Live customer support when you need it, and online and mobile banking, allowing you to gain access to your financial information wherever and whenever you like. First National Bank, making your life a little easier.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Back here at Minster, the Wildcats enjoying a 9-point lead. Let's take a look at our Grand Lake Health Systems halftime statistics. David?
Thanks, Dave. First for the Wildcats, they've had 7 different players score. Very balanced attack led by Sadie Niemeyer and Anna Larger with 6 points apiece. Addie Inskeep, Lydia Mesher with 4 points. Annie Hamagarm with the tray. Aubriana Webker with the tray. Kayla Lamb with 2. For the individual scoring for the Tigers, McKinley Reichert with 8. Macy Kloffensheim with 4. Addie Biederman and Dee Lichtenberg with 1. And Presley Reese with the free throw. Looking at the stats altogether, shooting from the field, Minster 12 of 27. Jackson Center 7 of 16. Inside the arc, Minster 8 of 18. Jackson Center 7 of 14. Three-pointers a big key here. Minster 4 of 9 in their threes, and they seem like they hit them at key opportunities to get them going. Another big key is turnovers. Only 6 turnovers for Minster, 12 turnovers for Jackson Center. And Minster leading the battle of 13-9. So I think the difference, obviously, is a turnover, very good defense, and then Minster finding that offense, and they really moved the ball around, and they hit some big threes. Sadie Niemeyer hit a couple big threes late first quarter. Then they were in a drought, and then back-to-back possessions. Aubriana Webker and Anna Hamagarn hit the three. It seemed like Jackson Center was coming back, and that just thrust Minster back in the lead.
Yeah, you take a look at that turnover difference. There's 6 possessions there that Jackson Center can't get back, so to speak, and we're in a 9-point game.
Yep.
And then you throw in on those possessions some of those threes that Minster hit when they got into their offense, and it's a 9-point Minster lead. But Minster threatened to blow them to make that lead even bigger, and they did have a larger lead, but never were quite able to pull away, though there's that jump shot there as Anna Larger connects on the 3, and it's back up to 11.
Good pass underneath the Inskeep, and she really found Larger that was open. Give the assist to Addie Inskeep. Also for Minster, it doesn't look like Niemeyer is playing to start the second half. Not sure if she's on the bench as Annie Hamagarm with the start in the second half, number 4.
Free shot no good. Mesher with a rebound. Comes down to Hamagarn. She's out front, guarded by Prenger. Back over to the right side to Lamb. Mesher runs the cut, takes the ball off the glass. Shot no good. Good hustle by Lamb, but shot will be tipped out of bounds.
Another possession, like you said, good hustle by Lamb there. There's been several chances that they've had good hustle to keep possessions alive like this one.
Larger back over to Mesher in the corner. Lamb battling with Klopfenstein inside. Hemmelgarn runs a cut across, and Wildcats will shoot the pass to Mesher. Shot no good, and Reese guilty of backing into Anna Larger on the rebound.
Good job by Larger. She just out-jumped Reese there, even though she was behind her, and would have been the 3rd foul on Larger, but she was in the good possession on that rebound.
They'll toss it into Inskeep. Biederman on her. It goes to the left side there, and Hemmelgarn. Hemmelgarn with Lamb. Lamb goes inside to Inskeep. And Biederman will draw the foul, and that's one thing that the Tigers have to be careful about, the foul situation. With limited players available off the bench.
Really only playing with 6. Inskeep's really done a nice job tonight of posting up, and there it looks like the bank is open in Minster here late at night as she banks up with free throw.
She's got 5 points.
Would you say she's in, I think, 4 different categories? She's in the league leaders in the MAC.
And the one that's most impressive is she's 24 out of 44 from the field for 55%, which is tops in the MAC. Coming into tonight's play, that's all games, of course. Pass for Biederman's going to go out of bounds. And
like that possession there, Jackson Center has never looked comfortable on offense all night because you got somebody around them the whole time, it seems like, as that Minster defense playing well.
Lamb has it over to the left side, and Lydia Mesher. Lydia looking inside, wanted to get it to Lamb, but she'll bring it back out. Wildcats will set their offense up. Lamb on the outs in the corner. Mesher now with it. Lamb sets the screen, rolls to the corner. Still looking inside. There goes the feed to Inskamp. She'll save it. Gets it back out front to Annie Hamelgarn. Hamelgarn goes to her left, puts it up with her right hand. And there's going to be an
illegal screen, I think they called.
Illegal screen, yeah.
It's a shame because that was a layup there by Hamelgarn.
And it was a nice move. She went in with her left, handling the basketball with her left hand, switched it over to her right, and connected on the shot. But for not, as the foul will go against number 22, Larger. That's her third.
Yeah. Minster in a 1-3-1 here.
And there's the kick by Lamb.
Minster through the years have always played a lot of man, and then the last 2 or 3 years they came up with this 1-3-1, and it's really been effective. They always have a tall, athletic girl like Lamb at the point that can play it. Then they have quick guards on the backside, and that's perfect for playing the 1-3-1.
Just a little change of pace, and Jackson Center, they're down by 13. They got to adjust to what Minster's been giving them. There's a shot outside by Reese, no good. Kloppenstein tried to put it up on the rebound, but shot partially blocked, and Hamelgarn will come down with it. Lead pass. Larger goes inside, hands it off, and Lydia Mesher, short jumper, and the lead is 15.
One of the keys for Coach Whistle is the up-tempo, and that showed it there. They pushed the tempo, got it back just enough that Mesher had a wide-open jumper, and she connects.
Wildcats start the second half on a 6-0 run with 4:52 to play in the third quarter on that First National Bank Think First scoreboard.
This 1-3-1 defense, they played against Laramie on Saturday, and it gave Laramie all kind of fits. They played it 2/3 of the game. Laramie, I don't know if they weren't expecting it. I imagine they were expecting it, but it's one of those defenses that it's an unusual type defense. It's the 2-3 zone is what people's used to, or 3-2, but having all those hands way out on top, if you don't get it underneath in the corners, you can be in trouble. There's another turnover.
Mesher, Kloppenstein on her, but a good distance away. They'll get it to Inskeep. Fires a pass inside. Shot off the glass, no good by Larger. Rebound Lamb. Lamb tries to get it to Mesher. It's going to come all the way back out to Hamelgarn. Mesher now with it as Wildcats reset. Out front, Inskeep. 4 minutes, 15 seconds to go. Lamb tries to turn around, but Biederman has the block and the basketball across the timeline. Biederman back over to Reichert. She'll shoot 2 and hit it.
Reichert, very fundamentally strong. Did a nice job, knocks it down.
Mesher's shot no good. Here comes Reichert. Pushes it up court to Reese. Reese will draw the foul. And that's going to go against number 11. That's Addie Inskeep.
I think Jackson Center has the personnel that they're athletic enough they could run if they'd have the depth to go along with it. But they have to be choosy about they can't play up and down the court because they have players that are playing the whole game. Well, when they pick their spots, they're able to do it.
Biederman will come out, and Dee Lichtenberg will come in. Reese at the line. She'll connect. Hamelgarn's going to take it inside. Cut off there by Lichtenberg. Back out to Inskeep. Lamb. Back over to Webker. Webker with a shot. How about that? Off the bench, and you get a nice jumper like that.
Boy, Webker goes off the bench, averaging 4, and she really doesn't get that much playing time, but she seems like she's had that instant offense. I think she's shot twice and made them both tonight.
Got 5 points. Lichtenberg's going to lose control of it, but it's going to go back off. It's going to go back off of Lichtenberg.
Yeah, I think it was off of Lamb, and it just rolled on Lichtenberg's foot out of bounds. A tough break for Jackson Center. Dee Lichtenberg has done a nice job off the bench. She sparked them, played some hustle plays, but didn't work her way that time.
He'll get it over to the right side, and Hamelgarn. Hamelgarn goes inside to Inskeep. Foul is going to be on Reichert. Inskeep kind of turned the wrong way that time, right into Reichert. But Reichert guilty of the foul.
Yeah.
That'll be her second.
Inskeep's, okay, you look at the scoreboard, she's only scored 6, but she's a big power of that offense. When they get it down on the block there, it seems like the rest of the offense does well, and she does a good job of passing underneath, but that time Reichert steals the pass underneath.
Reichert leads it up to Reese, and she'll draw the foul. Ava Stammen, the guilty party for the Wildcats. That'll be her first, and that's the fourth team foul here in quarter number 3 with 2:54 to go in the third period of action.
So we might be shooting free throws with the new rule. So it used to be they're one more away from the bonus, but is the bonus, what do you call it now when it gets to 5 shots? Now they're shooting shots? I haven't got what the phrase should be.
I do not think that we have developed yet a phrase. We can make history tonight.
Yeah, let's make history tonight.
Right now. Unfortunately, our creativity probably isn't that high, but
yeah, I was thinking that the other is what they call it,
or if it's out there, I don't know it, which might lead to question one's intelligence too.
Not sure how I feel about it yet. I need to watch a few games. It's a different pace. It's worked well for college basketball, women's college basketball.
Pringer off the glass. Here come the Wildcats. They want to get out, and Lamb wants to take it to the baseline. She'll have to pull it out. Looks for Inskeep, and Reichert overplayed it, and easy bucket for Inskeep.
Boy, Minster, what they do is they take the right shot. They work it around until somebody has a shot. They rarely force a shot, and they just seem like they're rewarded by their patience, and that time Inskeep with a nice basket.
Reichert tries to put it up. She'll draw the foul. And McKinley Reichert will step to the free throw line.
Talk about Reichert scoring, and well, we should, but also leads the team in rebounding. You see her on her form. It's always just very good. She's been in the gym a lot. She's practiced a lot. Knows how to play the game.
38-24. She has 11. Make it 12. Hamelgarn looking at another number 4 in Pringer. They get it over to the left side. Webker back out to Schmiesing into the lineup for Minster. Out front, Stammen. Stammen goes to Schmiesing. Schmiesing looking inside. She's going to handle it. Tigers try to get that double team. Biederman with the reach as Stammen had the ball. Let's see what the call is. It's going to go against Biederman. It's a second foul. So you got Biederman, Reese, and Reichert all with 2 fouls each with 1:40 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, but it's the third quarter, so you're not in too much foul trouble.
Long range 3. It's short.
Minster's been in control. They haven't really delivered the knockout blow. There's a little window here that Jackson Center can come back, but they're going to need a run. See what they can do at this end of the quarter.
Biederman looking for Reese. Ball taken away there by Hamelgarn. Another Tiger turnover. Down court, Stammen looking inside for Inskeep, and there'll be another foul. Well, one thing Minster's done is, Biederman, a decent three-point shooter when she gets on a run. They've taken that totally out of the game.
Yeah, it's turnover count is up to 16 for Jackson Center. Or another way of saying it is the Minster defense has caused 16. Not a lot of unforced turnovers by Jackson Center. They've been forced by the Minster defense.
Inbounds pass by Larger back into Inskeep. Over to the left side and Schmiesing. Schmiesing wants to go inside, but she'll bring it back out, and that's going to be a Wildcat turnover.
Yeah, I was wondering how they were going to call that. The referee said that it hit the Minster player last, and if it does, then it's over and back. It was real close, or maybe it did hit the Jackson Center hand as well.
Ball is out of bounds.
Neither ref saw it. They both look at each other and it's like, did you see it? No, I didn't see it. So they do alternate possession. I think Jackson Center got a break there. I think it went off of Reichert's foot, but we could see it. They just couldn't see it.
Yeah, we have a different vantage point from here. That's
a little higher than the refs.
Right in front of us. We got a collision underneath the basket. Everybody hitting the floor.
Be another turnover against Jackson Center. That's what when my boys played, I'd be watching from the stands, so I'm up. I'd say, why didn't you see that on the full court press? And they would say, Dad, I can't see. It's everybody's floor level. And sometimes watching a game, you forget that. Players can't see around other players, especially if they're taller players on them. Yeah. Sometimes the refs can't see around players.
Inskeep with a 15-footer, shot no good. Biederman pushing in for the rebound. It's going to come off to number 20, and that's Webker. And Abriana Webker with the bucket. She's got 7, Dave.
Yeah, she just picks her spots.
Reichert, a 17-footer. It's a little short. It's going to go off of Lichtenberg on the rebound. And it's a 15-point Minster lead as this clock counts down. Up court quickly comes Hemmelgarn. Schmiesing will have it. Hemmelgarn goes inside. Stammen back out. Inskeep, 15-footer. That's a nice way to end the half, isn't it?
Yeah, nice ball movement. Got the right shot at the right time, and Inskeep knocks it down.
Third quarter is history. Our score, Minster 42, Jackson Center 25. You're watching high school basketball on NK Telco Sports.
Kogi Plumbing and Heating is your Bryant Factory authorized dealer. We have brought the best of comfort, control, and plumbing services to the St. Mary's area for over 60 years. We have been Reader's Choice winners for the last 4 years running and excel at providing our customers with efficient and reliable heating and air conditioning, as well as responsive service when a plumbing emergency arises. We insist that the products we install in our customers' homes and businesses offer the same performance and value that we expect ourselves. Call today for your next plumbing and heating or air conditioning needs. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Good, strong quarter for Minster coming out of after the half. They were up by 9. Now they're up by 17, and that last shot was really set up by some great team play.
Yeah, that was a good example of their whole game on offense. They work it around. They find the right shot. Inskeep with a big shot. She leads them with 10. The defense played good all quarter. They only allowed 1 field goal. For Jackson Center, only 6 points total, and they are definitely in control here, trying to win their first home game after 4 attempts. I bet it's been a long time since Minster's gone to the 4th home game and before they won a game. Minster's had 17 straight winning seasons.
Looks like the Tigers are going to try some pressure here, see how Minster will respond, and they'll respond with a timeout. And it's going to be a full timeout brought to you by Precision Strip. Make that a 30 seconds, so we'll keep it right here and remind you that NK Telco Sports and our sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of tonight's game on NK Telco Cable or the NKT.TV app on Channel 152. December 22nd at 6 p.m., Channel 155 on December 23rd at 6 p.m., and Channel 3 and 503 on January the 4th at 12 p.m. and January the 5th at 2 p.m. You can also watch games live per pay-view through nktelco.com/sports, and more games are on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and at nktelco.com/sports.
We did mention Sadie Niemeyer has not played the second half. I think she's okay. She's smiling on the she maybe got banged up a little bit, probably a precaution. I don't think it's anything serious. She's smiling on the bench, and that's good news for the Wildcats.
Minster will have the basketball up by 17 as we start the final quarter of play. Wildcats looking to draw some fouls, I think. Well, Jackson Center trying to make it a little bit more up-tempo to try and climb back into this one with their pressure defense in the half court, but they'll pick up their first foul, and that's going to go against Lichtenberg. That'll be her second. Mesher back in the lineup. Schmiesing goes inside. She'll come right back out. Prenger almost had the steal for Jackson Center, but Wildcats will throw it in. Mesher into Hemmelgarn. Schmiesing with it now, double teamed. Still handling the basketball. Tigers go for the steal, but it's going to go out of bounds. Wildcats will inbound it.
They survived that. That didn't look very pretty there. Jackson Center just couldn't quite get the steal, and Minster keeps the possession.
Larger out front, working on Reese. Larger pulls it up over to Inskeep. Left side and Mesher. In the corners, Hemmelgarn. Schmiesing out front. Biederman with the steal. Addie Biederman. Shot doesn't go, and Callie Schmiesing will have it. Off to the races we go. Inskeep inside. Easy bucket for Anna Larger. Very unselfish play there.
Yeah, nice. Like you said, unselfish, and a missed opportunity for Jackson Center, and it goes the opposite way. Minster's able to get a layup.
Biederman back out to Reese. Biederman in the corner, wants to take it inside, puts the shot up, no good. Rebound Mesher. Up court, Lydia Mesher. Cut off there by Reese, finds Inskeep, but it's going to go out of bounds.
Well, the rare bad passes that Minster's had, just passed that one at the feet of Inskeep, but you can smile and joke a little bit about that when you're up by 19.
5:52 to go in this one. Wildcats cruising to win number 5 here. Non-league affair as we're just starting the Christmas break. Got another contest with another Shelby County Athletic League team. And Anna coming up after this one.
They travel over on Saturday morning over to Anna. You know, I think Minster is starting to find their stride. You look at this lineup, the only one that's really played much, Addie Inskeep started, is the only starter back. They graduated 6 seniors. Lydia Mesher played as a role player, Anna Larger. And so it was almost a new team trying to find their roles, and I think they're finding that. And that's on top of not having Lily Barhorse so far this year, and they play really well together. It seems like they pass well. They're in sync on what everybody's doing, and they, like Minster girls always seem to do, they play great defense.
And you're about to hit the heart of the league schedule, and 1-1 in league play, and you come out after the first of the year and play Parkway.
Parkway's a solid team. I think they're like 4-2, and then then they play at Liberty Benton. They got they have a monster schedule. And then in January 11th, they play St. Henry. Right now, St. Henry's probably the team to beat. They're only lost 1. They're undefeated in the league. They've already beat Versailles. Probably the 4 contenders are Minster, St. Henry, Marion, and Versailles. It's probably the top 4, and we'll find out how that all plays out. Versailles beat Marion right before Marion beat Minster. So I think St. Henry's 2-0, Marion's 2-1, Versailles 2-1, Minster is 1-1, Bremen at 1-1. Bremen not a bad team either, not quite as deep, but have some good athletes.
Shot from the side, no good. Wildcats get the rebound, up and in as Anna Larger. She goes into double figures. Well, she's got 12 now. Been in double figures. Yeah, the MAC is a chase when you look at that.
Yeah, and that last year Parkway won it, so it was tied with Marion. And Parkway graduated a whole bunch of seniors, but they have Paige Williamson's a nice player, and they're doing pretty well. And yeah, it's never an easy game on Thursday night in the MAC.
And it's always interesting to look at scoring offense and scoring defense. And St. Henry, the team you're talking about, averaging over 56 points per game. Marion Local right behind them. Then comes Versailles and Minster.
There's a charge on Reese. Good defense by Minster. Yeah, St. Henry team, they have a lot of sophomores that played. Very good grade sophomores. They played as freshmen. And then there's good pieces around it. Some solid seniors, juniors, and they're putting it all together. Second-year coach Nathan Yulnick. But can they make that next step? Can they win the big league games? Can they win district? Last year, Minster eliminated it by 2 points in district. Can they make the next step up if you're St. Henry?
There's the open outside shot by Biederman. No good. Pranger will grab the rebound. 46-27 on our First National Bank Think First scoreboard. 4 minutes, 19 seconds to play in this one. Wildcats in command. Jackson Center. Kloppenstein, she took an extra step.
And you look at the Minster schedule on top of the league. They play at Liberty Benton first Saturday of January. They play over the Hoosier, the Hoosier gym. They play Marion Pleasant. That'll be a nice road trip. They play Tri-Village at home. Play St. Mary's is at a solid year. I believe they're 5-2. Then they play at Kalida. Play one of the toughest schedules around.
Inskeep off the glass. Addie will score. She has 12. And then they flip it over for Jackson Center. Is shot no good inside by Reichert. Jackson Center 2-2 in league play, 5-2 overall. And the Tigers will play Saturday at at home against New Knoxville. 3-pointer by Callie Schmeezing. Then they come back against Fairlawn, Houston before they run into Versailles and Russia as you enter that new year.
They have some games that they can, Knoxville, they should probably be favored in the next 3 games in Knoxville, Fairlawn, Houston. Then they play a pretty good Versailles team, Versailles and Russia and Anna, so.
That'll even it out in a hurry as you get deeper into January for the Tigers. 51-27 our score here. Wildcats with the basketball. Tigers on the double team, trying to chase that basketball and climb back into this one, but it's been all Minster. They'll continue to work it, take time off the clock. They get the double team. Lamb will toss it over to Schmeezing. He'll shoot the 3 and count it. Callie Schmeezing.
She had 8 points in the second quarter against Fort Laramie on Saturday. She can light it up. A nice athletic freshman hits back-to-back threes.
On the break, looking for Lamb. It's going to go out of bounds. Pass just a little bit behind Kayla. 2 minutes and 21 seconds to go as Avery Wilgus will come into the lineup.
I was talking to Coach Wiss before the game, and he was hoping to get this game and then play Anna. I said, I'm sure it's not going to ruin your Christmas if you lose one of those games. He said, but it'll make everything a lot better. It sure is nice to go into the Christmas break winning a couple games.
Got a full timeout brought to you by Precision Strip. We'll take a break in the action. Our score, Minster 54, Jackson Center 27. You're watching high school basketball on NK Telco Sports.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
Back here at Minster, Jackson Center will have the basketball. Hey, there's a big cheer. What was that? I missed it.
Lily Barhorst.
Did he win it?
Celebrating her 18th birthday.
18th birthday.
She is an adult today, I guess.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to Lily.
That might be the biggest ovation of the night.
Yeah, it's been a good week for her. She signed her letter of intent to play volleyball at Findlay next year. So
yeah,
that'll be to get back on the basketball court later in the season. Yeah, that's a very good athlete.
It's tough to see her sitting sitting, too, especially if you're a Minster fan. Wildcats just going to drain the clock here as best they can. Jackson Center just playing a kind of a almost looks like a matchup of some sort, but I guess just man-to-man. Inside pass inside the larger. And a larger. Somehow they found the opening and got the pass to Anna, and the basket is good, and she's got 14.
Another unselfish play, and they seem like they find the open person. And not all teams can do that.
Pranger back out to Reese. Kloppenstein working hard inside, and now it goes to Biederman. Gets it back out to Reese, who's open. Shot is short, and a rebound to the Wildcats' Webker. Here comes the 51 drill, whatever that may be. I don't think that was it.
No, it wasn't supposed to go to Coach West. But another Minster connection. I saw on the Lima stations last night, they had a feature on Pandora Gilboa boys team. Undefeated right now, 6-0, coached by Mike Lee. He's had a really good – he's been there, I think it's about the 4th year. And he's done a nice job. They're 6-0. They had a lot of players coming back, so it was good to see him. I'll be paying attention to their scores the rest of the way.
Carly Swaney with the basket for Jackson Center. Wildcats going to run it out. Lichtenberg is going to come up with a steal. Nice feed up to Reese off the glass. That's going to be our final score right there. 56, Minster. 31, Jackson Center. Wildcats with the win. And the Wildcats will move on to 5-3 overall. And they will move on to play Anna on Saturday. Jackson Center, on the other hand, they fall to 5-3 overall and will face at home on Saturday at noon. They'll play New Knoxville, and they'll follow that up before the first of the year in a league contest at home again against Fairlawn. 56-31, again, our final score. I'd like to remind you that tonight's game brought to you by First National Bank, Keyhole Pizza, Precision Strip, Winners Meats, Grand Lake Health Systems, Borchers Family Floor Store, and NK Telco all bring you today's game. Scoreboard sponsor, First National Bank. Keys to the game, Keyhole Pizza. Our timeout sponsor, Precision Strip, and our player of the game, brought to you by NK Telco. We'll have that here in just a moment, as well as our post-game stats, all brought to you by Grand Lake Health Systems. Live View sponsor tonight, Borchers Family Floor Store. Additional sponsors, Carriage Works, Chiltech LLC, Cy Schwederman, Dickman Supply, Elmwood Assisted Care, Hometown Opportunity, Hillsman Automotive, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric, Minster Bank, New Knoxville Supply, SecureCom, Bud's Chrysler Dodge Jeep, Crown Equipment, Shelby County Veteran Services, St. Henry Bank, and WCSM Radio. Today's game will be replayed on NK Telco Sports and on NK Telco Cable or the NKT.TV app on Channel 152, December 22nd at 6 p.m. Channel 155 on December 23rd at 6 p.m. and Channel 3 and 503 on January the 4th at 12 p.m. and January the 5th at 2 p.m. You can also watch games live via pay-per-view through nktelco.com/sports and more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and at nktelco.com/sports. And now, time to look at our numbers for tonight's game between Minster and Jackson Center, all brought to you by Grand Lake Health Systems.
Thanks, Dave. Look for the Minster Wildcats as they go to 5-3 on this season. They had 8 different players scored, led by Anna Larger with 14 points, Addie Inskeep with 12. Aubriana Whipker with 7 points off the bench. Sadie Niemeyer, Lydia Mesher, and Callie Schmezian all with 6 points. Annie Hemmelgarn with 3. Kayla Lamb with 2. That was the Wildcats again, led by Larger with 14. Inskeep with 12. Aubriana Whipker with 7. Now for the Jackson Center Tigers, they fall to 5-3 overall. They had 6 players score, led by McKinley Reichert with 14. Then Bress Presley Reese with 5. Addie Biederman with 2. As well as Dee Lichtenberg, Carly Swaney, and also Macy Koffenstein had 4. So again, leading the Tigers. McKinley Reichert with 14. You look at the overall shooting. Minster, even 50%, 23 of 46, 17 of 32 on their twos, a very good 6 of 14 on their threes for the Wildcats. Compare that to the Jackson Center, just 11 of 29 on shooting, 11 of 23 inside the arc, 0 of 6 on the threes for the Tigers. Another stat is the turnovers, 19 turnovers by Jackson Center compared to 12 on Minster. Minster also won the rebounding battle, 23-14. So, Dave, I didn't expect a 25-point win here. Minster is really on their game tonight. Jackson Center probably a little bit off. Definitely didn't have the depth tonight with the injury to Kendall Reese. That definitely affected them. Minster started out early and often. The defense caused turnovers, caused easy baskets when they ran the half court. They really worked the ball well, had some timely threes by a number of players, and they roll to their first home win of the season and go to 5-3 overall.
When you look at those numbers that you just provided here, brought to you by Grand Lake Health Systems, solid performance, good shooting, not a lot of turnovers, created a lot of turnovers on defense, and the numbers add up. Edge on rebounding, the whole story wraps up to a very solid Minster win over a team with a 5-2 record.
Yeah, a 5-2 record. Jackson Center, it probably wasn't their best night, but they played well. If you saw Minster a week ago against Marion, albeit Marion's a good team, they did not look very good at all. Lost by 12 to one of their rivals, but I think they turned it around. I don't know what happened in Friday at practice or Saturday morning. They played really tough with Fort Laramie, and I think that even though they lost it, it was like, hey, we can play pretty good, and it got them the confidence. We talked about how this is kind of a new team. They lost a lot of seniors. They're trying to find their roles, and they are clicking, and they are improving, and they're getting the right flows, and people are finding their spots in the rotation. And it's Coach Wiss in the Wildcats is a good win.
And our player of the game brought to you by NK Telco, and drum roll, and the winner is?
We're going to go a player off the bench, Aubriana Whipker. She had 7 points off the bench. Didn't really play that much, but she had a big 3 in the second quarter, and that was when they were having a little bit of trouble. They didn't score for a couple minutes. She hits a big 3, and then she has a couple more baskets early third quarter that just kept Jackson Center at bay. She does a nice job off the bench scoring offense. So tonight our player of the game is Aubriana Whipker.
All brought to you by NK Telco. Thanks for joining us here on NK Telco Sports. Again, our final score, 56 Minster, 31 Jackson Center. So the Wildcats, the winner, they go to 5-3. Tigers, on the other hand, fall to 5-3. Thanks for joining us. I'm Dave Helmstetter. With me tonight, Dave Kanapke, and you have been watching high school basketball on NK Telco Sports.